Every day your body is quietly waging a war that you might not even notice at first. It's not against some external enemy, it's against something far more insidious: chronic inflammation. It creeps in slowly, wearing down your joints, your organs, your energy, and your vitality. It ages you from the inside out, even when the mirror says otherwise. Every ache, every moment of fatigue, every stubborn pound you carry might not just be about age or genetics. It could be your body crying out for help. And the truth is, there is something you can do about it. Something simple, something daily that can tilt the balance back in your favor. Your body is designed to heal, to regenerate, to thrive, but modern life conspires against it. Processed foods, stress, lack of sleep, and even invisible toxins in. The environment flood your system with triggers for inflammation. These triggers cause your immune system to stay in a constant state of alert, producing molecules that damage tissues, inflame arteries, and disrupt hormone balance. Over time, this low-level, silent inflammation becomes a foundational problem, accelerating aging, making you more susceptible to disease and robbing you of energy, focus, and joy. But here's the truth: aging is not inevitable. Feeling sluggish and worn down is not the only path forward. You can fight back. And one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is not a complicated protocol, a prescription, or an expensive treatment. It's a small daily habit that takes less than a minute, but can produce monumental results when done consistently. It's a concentrated shot that floods your system with natural anti-inflammatory compounds, antioxidants, and nutrients that your body craves to repair itself, to feel younger, and to function optimally. Imagine your body as a finely tuned orchestra. Every organ, every cell, every molecule has a role to play. Chronic inflammation is like a constant off-key note that throws everything out of harmony. Energy dips, mood wavers, skin loses its glow, joints creak, and your brain struggles to keep up. That small daily shot is like the conductor stepping in, restoring harmony, calming the chaos, and letting your body perform at its best. The results are subtle at first, but with time, they become undeniable. You'll notice your energy lasting longer, your focus sharpening, your body feeling lighter, your immune system responding better, and even your mood stabilizing. The ingredients in this daily shot are carefully chosen to target inflammation at its root. They're not gimmicks or fads. They are compounds that science has repeatedly shown to combat oxidative stress, neutralize free radicals, and calm the fire within. Turmeric, ginger, citrus, green tea extracts, and a host of micronutrients work synergistically to give your body the tools it needs to fight inflammation naturally. But here's the kicker: it only works if you make it a habit. Consistency, not intensity, is what rewires your body and shifts your biology in your favor. 1 minute a day is all it takes to set the tone for long-term vitality. It's easy to underestimate the power of a simple daily habit. We tend to think that transformation requires drastic change or heroic effort, but real change is built in small, repeated actions. Drinking this shot daily is an investment in your future self. Each sip tells your body, I care about you. I'm choosing life, energy, and resilience. Over time, these choices accumulate. The chronic inflammation that has been quietly aging you begins to diminish. Your cells function better, your skin glows with health, your brain works more efficiently, and your metabolism becomes more balanced. And it's not just about appearance or energy, it's about longevity and quality of life. Studies show that chronic inflammation is linked to many of the diseases we fear most: heart disease, diabetes, neurodegenerative conditions, and even certain cancers. By addressing inflammation now, you are not just feeling better, you are protecting your future. You are giving your body the gift of resilience, strength, and vitality that carries into every aspect of your life. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't demand perfection or extreme measures. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. You don't need to eliminate every comfort or restriction. You simply commit to one small, intentional act every day that speaks volumes to your body. This daily shot becomes a ritual, a moment to pause, to give your body what it needs, and to reinforce the message that you are in control of your health, your energy, and your future. And while the science is compelling, the real proof is in your own experience. You'll begin to notice subtle shifts: a spring in your step, better sleep, improved digestion, sharper mental clarity, and even a more positive outlook on life. These small victories compound into larger transformations, reshaping your body and mind over weeks and months. What was once an invisible struggle against inflammation becomes a visible triumph of health, resilience, and vitality. Think of it this way: your body is capable of remarkable recovery and regeneration. You have cells that renew themselves, systems designed to heal, and mechanisms that can restore balance. But chronic inflammation interrupts this process, creating a slow, steady drift toward fatigue, illness, and premature aging. By incorporating a daily shot of anti-inflammatory power into your routine, you give your body what it needs to overcome this drift, to realign its systems, and to operate at peak efficiency. It's not magic. It's biology responding to intention and consistency. This is also a mindset shift. Chronic inflammation doesn't just affect your body, it impacts your thinking, your motivation, and your emotional resilience. When your body is inflamed, your energy dips, your focus fades, and your mood becomes more volatile. By taking action every day, by nourishing your body with this shot, you reclaim not just your physical health, but your mental clarity and emotional balance. You reinforce the truth that small, consistent actions shape the trajectory of your life. And the best part is that this approach is empowering. You don't have to wait for someone else to fix your health. You don't have to rely on expensive treatments, risky interventions, or complicated routines. You have the ability. Thank you to make a tangible difference in your own life every single day. One shot, one decision, one commitment. These are the building blocks of a life that feels vibrant, youthful, and resilient. The journey toward better health, reduced inflammation, and sustained energy is not about extreme diets or impossible workouts. It's about understanding your body, respecting its needs, and giving it the tools to heal and regenerate. Every sip of this daily shot is a reminder that your body is worth the investment, your energy is worth protecting, and your life is worth enhancing. If you stick with it, the effects are undeniable. Over time, chronic inflammation loses its grip. Your body becomes more flexible, more energetic, more resilient. Your mind sharpens, your focus improves, and your overall sense of well-being skyrockets. The mirror starts to reflect not just youth, but vitality. Your steps feel lighter, your thoughts feel clear, and your days feel longer and more productive. You start noticing improvements you didn't even expect, because the ripple effects of reducing inflammation touch every part of your life. And even if you've tried other methods in the past and felt like nothing worked, this is different. It's simple, targeted, and rooted in what your body actually needs. It doesn't demand perfection. It doesn't require you to overhaul your life overnight. And it doesn't rely on temporary fixes. It's sustainable, effective, and transformative every time you take this shot. You are making a choice to slow down the aging process, to regain energy, to reduce pain, to protect your organs, and to invest in yourself. You are sending a clear message to your body that you are committed to vitality, longevity, and optimal health. And with this repeated daily commitment, the body responds. It starts to heal, to repair, to strengthen, and to function the way it was designed to function. Every sip is a step toward resilience. Every day is a step toward balance. Every small, consistent action accumulates into a life that feels lighter, stronger, and more energized. Chronic inflammation may have held power over you in the past, but with this daily shot, you reclaim control. You are no longer a passive participant in your health. You are an active, empowered individual taking meaningful steps toward vitality, energy, and longevity. Every day, your body is quietly signaling something important, but most of us fail to notice it. Those small aches in your joints, the occasional fatigue that lingers even after rest, a stubborn weight that refuses to come off, and the foggy moments where focus slips. These are not just random inconveniences. They are the subtle signs of chronic inflammation silently working against you. This inflammation is not something that appears overnight. It is a slow, persistent process that gradually undermines your energy, vitality, and overall health. It attacks your body from the inside, accelerating aging in ways that you cannot always see but can feel, from sluggishness to stiffness to a sense of heaviness in the body and mind. It is a quiet saboteur, and if left unchecked, it can affect every system in your body. Inflammation itself is not inherently bad. It is, in fact, a critical part of your immune system's natural defense mechanism. When you are injured or fighting an infection, inflammation helps your body respond, repair tissues, and eliminate harmful invaders. But when inflammation becomes chronic, persistent, and low-grade, it turns against you. It starts damaging tissues, breaking down cells, and creating stress that the body cannot fully resolve. Over time, it contributes to premature aging, weakens your immune system, accelerates the breakdown of joints, and even affects your heart, brain, and other vital organs. The cumulative effect is subtle but profound, often leaving you feeling older than your actual years, mentally foggy, and physically depleted. Modern life only magnifies this problem. Processed foods, refined sugars, excessive alcohol, environmental toxins, and chronic stress Flood your system with triggers that keep your body in a constant state of alert. Even invisible stressors like lack of sleep or prolonged sitting can fuel this silent fire. Over time, the body becomes stuck in a loop of inflammation that undermines your natural healing ability. This is why some people feel constantly tired, struggle with weight, or find it hard to bounce back from minor illnesses. They are not lazy or weak, they are inflamed, and their bodies are fighting battles they cannot even see. The good news is that your body is remarkably resilient. It has the ability to heal, regenerate, and recover, but it needs the right support. And that support can start with something incredibly simple. Something that fits seamlessly into your daily routine, a targeted, nutrient-rich daily shot that floods your system with natural anti-inflammatory compounds. These compounds, derived from plants and natural sources, work at the cellular level to calm the internal fire, neutralize oxidative stress, and support your immune system. Ingredients such as turmeric, ginger, citrus compounds, green tea extracts, and various micronutrients all contribute to reducing chronic inflammation and supporting your body's ability to repair itself. This is not a temporary solution or a gimmick. When done consistently, it acts as a daily reinforcement, gradually quieting the inflammation that has been quietly aging your body. It's easy to underestimate the power of something small. You may think, how could 1 minute a day make a difference? But biology responds to consistency more than intensity. Small actions, repeated every day, compound into measurable change. A single daily shot does more than just provide nutrients. It signals to your body that you are taking your health seriously, that you are prioritizing repair, regeneration, and vitality. It gradually improves cellular function, enhances energy levels, sharpens mental clarity, and restores balance across multiple systems. Those subtle improvements grow over weeks and months into noticeable transformation. Your body feels lighter, your mind feels sharper, and your energy feels renewed. By addressing chronic inflammation now, you are not just improving how you feel today, you are preventing long-term damage that can accelerate aging and increase susceptibility to serious illnesses. Chronic inflammation is linked to conditions like heart disease, diabetes, neurodegenerative disorders, and even certain cancers. Reducing it is not just about looking or feeling younger, it is about protecting your future and reclaiming control over your own health. When your body operates without the constant burden of inflammation, it functions at its natural peak, giving you energy, resilience, and clarity that seem almost effortless. This is the power of a simple daily habit, one that directly targets the root cause of aging and fatigue rather than masking symptoms. It is a habit that restores balance, reduces internal stress, and allows your body to perform as it was designed to. In a world full of quick fixes and complicated solutions, this approach is refreshingly simple yet profoundly effective. It is a tool for anyone who wants to reclaim energy, support their body's natural defenses, and turn back the clock on the silent, unseen effects of chronic inflammation. Transformation rarely comes from a single act or moment of intense effort. The human body, mind, and spirit respond to consistency, repetition, and small, intentional actions that accumulate over time. It is not about the occasional sprint of effort or the grand gesture we sometimes imagine will change everything. It is about showing up every day, even when it feels mundane, and committing to one small habit that reinforces health, vitality, and resilience. This principle applies to reducing inflammation, improving energy, and restoring the body's natural balance. 1 minute of focus, one intentional action each day can reshape your biology, calm chronic inflammation, and create results that once seemed impossible. Consistency over intensity is not just a motivational phrase, it is a biological truth. The body and mind are wired to respond to patterns, to cues, and to repeated input. When you take a daily anti-inflammatory shot, you are sending your body a signal repeatedly, day after day, that it is supported, that it is valued, and that it can function optimally. This repeated reinforcement allows the body to adjust, repair, and strengthen in ways that sporadic efforts never can. Just as a single workout or healthy meal is not enough to transform your fitness or nutrition, long term, a single dose of nutrients is not enough to counter chronic inflammation. It is the commitment, the repetition, and the habit that create measurable change. Many people underestimate the power of repetition. They focus on extremes, trying intense routines, strict diets, or drastic measures that are hard to sustain. These bursts of effort may produce temporary results, but they rarely lead to long-term transformation. What sustains change is the ability to integrate small, effective habits. Daily life habits that are practical, repeatable, and consistent. A simple daily anti-inflammatory shot is exactly that, a small, manageable, and effective tool that, when taken consistently, compounds its effects. Over weeks and months, the body begins to respond, adjusting cellular activity, reducing oxidative stress, and calming chronic inflammation. The cumulative effect of this small act is profound and measurable. Consistency also reinforces mindset. Every time you follow through with a small daily habit, you are training yourself to value your health and well-being. You are proving to yourself and your body that change is not about luck, circumstances, or fleeting motivation. It is about deliberate choice and sustained action. Each repetition is a reinforcement of control, agency, and commitment. You are no longer at the mercy of fatigue, inflammation, or external circumstances. You are taking daily steps to shape your body, mind, and energy. This psychological reinforcement fuels motivation, making it easier to maintain the habit and inspiring confidence in your ability to make other positive changes in your life. Small, consistent actions also minimize resistance and reduce overwhelm. When faced with major health challenges or aging concerns, it is easy to feel discouraged or unsure where to start. Grand plans can feel intimidating, but micro actions like a 1-minute daily shot are simple and achievable. They are not overwhelming, they do not demand perfection, and they are easy to maintain even on the busiest of days. By focusing on these manageable steps, you reduce mental and physical resistance, making the path to transformation feel natural and sustainable. Biologically, repeated small actions amplify results. Nutrients and anti-inflammatory compounds introduced consistently every day create an environment where the body can repair tissue, restore balance, and optimize function. Cellular health improves, immune responses stabilize, energy levels rise, and mental clarity becomes sharper. Over time, this repetition rewires the body's systems, gradually reducing the chronic inflammation that erodes vitality. What starts as a small daily commitment becomes a foundation for broader health improvements, supporting everything from joint function to cognitive performance and metabolic balance. Consistency also cultivates patience and perspective. Results may not be immediate, and that is part of the process. The body needs time to respond, adapt, and recover. Daily commitment trains you to trust the process, to honor incremental gains, and to recognize that long-term transformation is a marathon, not a sprint. The accumulation of small, consistent choices becomes unstoppable over time, producing energy, resilience, and vitality that multiply far beyond what a single effort could achieve. By embracing the principle of consistency over intensity, you are not only giving your body the tools it needs to reduce inflammation and heal, but you are also training your mind to commit, persist, and thrive. Each small, repeated action builds momentum, rewires biology, and reinforces a lifestyle of health, energy, and longevity. Taking control of your health is one of the most empowering decisions you can make, and it begins with the realization that small, intentional actions have enormous power. Many people spend years waiting for the right time or hoping for a miracle solution. But the truth is that the tools for transformation are already within your reach. Every day, you have an opportunity to make choices that directly impact your energy, your resilience, and your long-term vitality. By committing to daily actions that target the root causes of aging and fatigue, like chronic inflammation, you reclaim authority over your body and your life. You shift from being a passive participant, merely reacting to circumstances, to an active architect of your own health and future. Empowerment through action is more than just a mindset. It is a tangible, biological effect. Your body responds to what you feed it, how you move it, and how consistently you support it. When you introduce a simple, daily anti-inflammatory shot, you are sending your body a clear message that it is valued, that it deserves care, and that its natural healing processes will be supported. Every single action compounds, signaling to cells, tissues, and organs that repair, balance, and vitality are priority. You are not just drinking a shot. You are creating a ripple effect that impacts metabolic function, cognitive clarity, mood stability, and energy levels. Over time, these small, repeated decisions accumulate into dramatic improvements in overall health and quality of life. The act of daily commitment builds more than physical health, it builds confidence. Each time you follow through, you reinforce the truth that you are capable of taking control, capable of making choices that honor your well-being, and capable of sustaining change. This confidence spreads beyond your physical health into other areas of life. You begin to approach challenges with resilience, setbacks with determination, and opportunities with clarity. The small, deliberate acts of care you take for your body become a template for self-discipline, focus, and perseverance that translates into your work, relationships, and personal goals. Empowerment through action also shifts your relationship with aging. Too often, people see aging as a passive decline, an inevitable erosion of energy, strength, and vitality. But aging is influenced not only by time, but by the choices we make every day. Chronic inflammation, poor diet, inconsistent habits accelerate decline, while intentional daily actions slow it, restore energy, and improve overall function. By taking control of your health through consistent daily rituals, you demonstrate that aging does not have to define your capacity, your energy, or your quality of life. You actively shape the trajectory of your vitality and performance, proving that small, empowered choices matter far more than you might realize. This empowerment is amplified by knowledge and understanding. When you understand how inflammation, lifestyle, and nutrition affect your body, each action takes on meaning and purpose. Drinking a daily shot or adopting a simple health habit is no longer a mundane task. It becomes a statement of intentionality. You are no longer at the mercy of random circumstances or external forces. You are directing your body, influencing its biology, and taking practical steps to maintain resilience. This knowledge, coupled with consistent action, creates a sense of mastery and control that fuels both physical and mental strength. Empowered action also inspires momentum. Once you begin seeing the results of consistent, intentional habits, you are motivated to expand your efforts. One positive habit leads to another, creating a chain reaction of beneficial behaviors. Energy increases, inflammation decreases, mental clarity improves, and a sense of well-being grows. These changes compound, reinforcing the idea that you have agency over your health and that sustained, small choices create significant, lasting transformation. Ultimately, empowerment through action is about reclaiming ownership of your body, mind, and life. It is about rejecting passivity, refusing to surrender to chronic fatigue, inflammation, or pressures of aging, and choosing instead to act decisively, consistently, and intentionally. Each small habit, each daily choice is a declaration of control, a commitment to vitality, and an investment in the quality of your life. You are no longer dependent on luck, chance, or temporary solutions. You are actively shaping your health, energy, and future with every conscious decision you make. The journey to reclaim your energy, vitality, and longevity begins with awareness, but it is sustained through action. Chronic inflammation may have been quietly holding you back, aging you from the inside out, and draining your potential, but you now understand that it does not have to define your life. You have the power to interrupt the cycle, to quiet the fire within, and to restore balance to your body. Through consistent, small, intentional daily habits, you can transform your biology, support your cells, and reignite your natural resilience. Each action you take, no matter how simple it may seem, is a declaration that your health, energy, and well-being matter. Consistency over intensity, repetition over occasional effort is the key to lasting transformation. By showing up every day, committing to these small but powerful rituals, you retrain your body and your mind to operate at their peak. The ripple effect extends far beyond physical health. It sharpens your focus, stabilizes your mood, and strengthens your sense of control over your life. What begins as a single daily choice compounds over weeks and months, building momentum that fuels more positive habits, greater energy, and a renewed sense of purpose. Empowerment through action is the ultimate gift you can give yourself. You no longer wait for a miracle, a perfect moment, or someone else to intervene. You are taking control, reclaiming your vitality, and shaping your future. Every day you make the choice to act, your body responds, your energy rises, and your life begins to shift. You are no longer a passive observer of aging or fatigue. You are an active participant in your health, an architect of your energy, and a guardian of your longevity. The truth is that transformation is not about luck, genetics, or circumstances. It is about the deliberate decisions you make each day. By committing to consistent, rated actions, you slow the effects of aging, reduce inflammation, and support your body's natural ability to heal and thrive. You prove to yourself that age, stress, or past habits do not define your potential, and that each day offers a new opportunity to reclaim strength, clarity, and resilience. The choice is now yours. Every sip, every habit, every intentional act is a step toward the vibrant, energetic, and empowered life you deserve. You have knowledge, the tools, and the ability to make a real difference in your health and longevity. Let each day be a statement of commitment to yourself, a declaration that you will no longer accept fatigue, inflammation, or stagnation as your reality. The power to change, to thrive, and to reclaim your life is in your hands. hands, and it begins with what you choose to do today. Take action, embrace consistency, and trust that every small step forward compounds into a lifetime of energy, health, and vitality. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make now, because the journey to lasting wellness is built one intentional moment at a time. Ending. Start today, take that first step, and watch your body transform from within out. You reclaim your energy, your health, and your life. By thank you.